3D-Coat version 3.01 added a new function to the Curves tool. This option right here, Run Brush Along Curve. It might not seem like much, but it's actually pretty cool. Let me demonstrate here. Alright, so in the viewport, let's go ahead and place a curve. And you can see our curve travels on through the object. Let's place another point in that curve, and let's have it travel just through the surface of this voxel object here. Okay, let's go ahead and tick Run Brush Along Curve, and you'll see that the spline actually changed shape. That's just a visual representation. The actual width of the sculpt that the tool will be doing here is the same size as you placed, which is this size here. You can also tell, if you're in this mode, that it's the size of the actual points here, the red points in the viewport. Okay, let's do a little more adjusting. Let's add another point here and another point here. Let's pull that one out a little. And this one as well, just a tiny bit. Just so it's outside of the surface and not in it. And it could be a little ways outside of the surface as well. It could probably be, about a whole grid length almost for this tool to still be activated. So what we want to do here, let's scroll down and take a look at these settings. You can change the scale, you can add the scale based on whatever the size of the points are in the curve. You can do the same thing as you can with the regular curve tool. You can apply to whole curve. You can also rotate along motion direction. The main thing we want to take a look at here is spacing. If you have spacing on about 100, and let me show this here. Let's change the depth to 50%. This tool relies on the depth of your actual brush, not any settings down here, except for depth jitter, but that will just jitter the depth. Okay, we're going to hit enter or apply right here, and you can see that it has now placed ribbing along there. You can tell that it's spaced, so that's what we don't want, at least in this setting. If you did want that, that's all you need to do, but if you didn't, you wanted a nice smooth surface, let's change that to, let's test out 50%, shall we? Alright, there's 50%. Alright, let's try again. Activate the curves tool here. Let's tick apply to whole curve, and let's move it down a little and out that way. Okay, now we should probably close that. That's from the other tool. Now let's try 25%, shall we? Hit enter, and let's take a look again. You can see it's much closer again. Alright, let's do it again here. Curves tool. Let's drag it out and move it back a little. Okay. Well, it looks like it needs to go down more. Alright, and then back. I'm rotating it here. There we go. Okay, so let's adjust these. Turn off apply to whole curve. Alright, let's get a little closer there. Okay, so now at 25%, or actually let's go lower. We just did 25. Let's go to something like 5%. Now, do keep in mind if you're going to go lower and lower, it might take a little longer based on the percentage. I wouldn't recommend going lower than 2%. Let's hit enter, and it might take there it goes. Alright. So you can see there, no ribbing at all on that portion. Let's try one more time. And I want to show one other thing with this tool. Let's activate the curves tool. Let's go ahead and hit undo. Okay, let's move that one in closer, and that one also in closer. That should affect all along there. Okay, this time when we apply, we're going to hold control. So I hold down control and hit apply. You can also hit control enter for that. And you'll see that it's also indented. So there you are, number of options there. You can also jitter the spacing, jitter position, rotation, radius, and depth. So go ahead and test those out. You can also change the scale, test that out as well, and you can also change the profile as you can with all the other curve tools.